Hello everybody, and welcome to another video of the Jeremycrazy30 series. We have some new updates into this thing that we now have a logo for the promotion. I'll have to upload it real quick as we get right into it. Not that one, but this one. And it will trigger the next day, so I'll just have to back out of it next day, and it didn't work. Okay, so we'll just go back into select image, trigger dates, or we could just make it a logo right now. That's what it'll be instead of future logos. So we can delete that. So this is the new logo. And it does not show up. So there must be something off with the game about adding logos into it, as it would okay, could have saved changes. Alright, that's probably what is going off. And there we go, it's in there. So then we'll get into the thick of the shows, since we have that all figured out. As I'm recording this while I'm trying to put it in, but we have a new logo for our show, and we'll simulate to the next 5 days to get to our show. And someone wants to work with Roderick Riley. Check the promise, because right now you are working with Kofi, or Kofi wants to work with Riley. I truly didn't see that, but he's working with Dallas for right now. And we are going to get into the Rising Stars section of the show, or the promotion with the show. So Kimani is making his appearance, and they're cutting a promo on each other. They both get 0.2 into it, as Kimani has been becoming a dominant force and has been beating Naku Cooper. He makes his entrance, he talks about him, and then he cuts a promo on Naku Cooper, but then Naku Cooper comes in, is basically cutting a promo on Kayomi and just basically saying, shut up, dude. Nobody wants to hear your blabber mouth, talk about how you can just dominate me and everything else. Just, shut up. So that's what basically that is all about. They got 80% when it comes to the start of the show, with Kimani giving 90s, 2s, and 93 to a 67 and a 54 towards the end, and their star power to Kimani throughout the whole entire beat added to it. Then we have Larry Norris versus Taku Akita. Taku Akita is kind of like in the lower range, and Larry Norris is kind of up there, kind of branch him up and trying to help Taku get up to that level of wrestling style and everything. But they had a 95% reaction, the crowd reaction, with the 41% absolute value, a 2% match quality with a negative 5-star match, and a 21% final score. Larry Norris did the heavy lifting, was struggling for breath. He had the star power and the boost of his gimmick. And then Akita had the intimidating presence and was struggling for breath, and they lost nothing and gained nothing. Then we have the celebration of Barbara Page and Amy Stone, because the last event was a title clash, with all the titles being on the line. And Barbara Page and Amy Stone did win that bout, so they come in and kind of say their celebration, but then all of a sudden, lights go out. Paige Martin and Courtney and Delaney come out of nowhere and attack the champions. So they attack them, and then they cut a promo like saying, hey, you may have won this time, but we are going to come back for those titles one day or another. And they got an 80% for the final score, as Barbara Page, Amy Stone has been having good looks and their gimmicks and everything else to it. So it ended with an 80%. Then we have Janiyah Hickman and Mariah Alejandra. Don't know how to say that last part, but the good looks of Janiyah added to it. Mariah had a boost of her gimmick. She was struggling for breath. Folk and crowd were in love with it. And then Janiyah did the heavy lifting. She won the match. She gained 0.2 popularity. And then 78% absolute value when it comes to the crowd reaction. And then a negative 1-star match, but a 37% match quality. And then a 57% final score to that. Then we have the Lucas, Luca Gibson, Luca Barone. Luca Gibson did end up winning the title at the end of the day for the match. They both gained 0.2. He comes in just trying to celebrate, talks about Luca Barone, then cuts a promo, and then Luca Barone comes in and makes his entrance, and then they end up in a verbal sparring match with each other on, saying who is the better one. And overall, in general, it could have ended either way with them two winning the title, and that Luca Barone obviously is going to come after Luca Gibson for the title one way or another. Then we have a Bobby Nichols and Taylor Cardenas. They lost their championship bout with the Elias duo for the tag team titles, and so they didn't get a night off and were entered into a tag team match against the comedy duo for life. These two, Riley and Ezra, their traits and everything were combined together, so I kind of made the tag team already, and they're in two different storylines for the time being, so they could potentially become together. Don't know how, don't know when, how that's going to come along, but they are a kind of like a tag team with their traits and everything. So they came in and they took on Bobby Nichols and Taylor Cardenas. And Taylor Cardenas had a intimidating presence, was struggling for breath. The good looks of Riley Maddox added to it. He was struggling for breath. And then Bobby Nichols did the heavy lifting. And Bobby Nichols and Taylor Cardenas, it looks like they were having a rough day, because Riley Maddox did win the match, and Bobby Nichols and Taylor Cardenas lost 0.2 of popularity, and Ezra and Riley gained 0.3 and 0.2 respectively. Then we have a 80% absolute value calculation for 100% crowd reaction, 1.5 star match, a 61% match quality, and then a 71% final score. Then we have Elias and Elias making their entrance. They stare down Bobby Nichols and Taylor Cardenas. Taylor Cardenas and Bobby Nichols cut a promo as these guys are standing at the entrance ramp to the ring. They cut their promo and saying like, hey, you may have gotten the titles now, but everyone within the show is like, hey, we're coming after you for that title because, you know, they want their revenge. They lost that match, and everyone wants revenge to the champions respectively. And that's what they're saying is that we're going to, you know, reach to the top. We're going to come after you, and we're going to continue. We may have had a bad day today of losing again, but we will come for the tag team titles. And then Elias and Elias talk about them and how, hey, yo, you guys lost again. So why do you feel like you deserve the chance to come at us again for the tag team titles? Like, you lost that title bout, and you lost tonight after not having a break like we did because we are the champions. But we will give you a second shot at these tag team titles at the end of the year main event that this promotion has at the end of the year. Then we have Romeo Mooney against Caden Ochia. Romeo Mooney had a kind of a promo before the title clash, and overall is kind of, you know, kind of putting himself out there how he is the guy. He is going to be winning his matches and reach to the top, and so far he's done that for at least this event here that we have, that he won against Caden. So Romeo had a boost of his gimmick, the good looks of both of them. Caden was struggling for breath. The vocal crowd were in love with it. Romeo did the heavy lifting, and it looked like he was made to look like a threat. That it very much so looked like he did very well, and he gained 0.2, and then Caden lost 0.1. They had a 76 absolute value match, calculation absolute value, a dud of a match quality, and then 60% final score. Then we have the interview on Isla Carter, kind of celebrating because she has won the championship title against Poppy Carter, and Lucas Estrada was the interviewer interviewing Isla Carter. Just, you know, basically asking, like, how did the match go? How do you feel about your opponent? Kind of like, hey, you know, she's going to come for you for the title and everything else. And she's basically saying, I'm prepared for whatever's to come. She can come after me for the title, if so please, and I will be ready for it. And she had star power, good looks. Poppy Carter had a star power of that to the beat. So they all gained 0.2, 94.88 for a 91. And then we have this angle involving Taylor Ashley and Candice Mayer. Taylor Ashley is the champion, and he makes his entrance, star power, everything. Talks about Candice Mayer and has the star power of Candice Mayer, good looks of Candice Mayer with the star power of Taylor Ashley. Candice Mayer makes the entrance. Star power and good looks of him adds to it. He talks about Taylor Ashley, about, what's to come, that it should be rightfully his and everything else, and that it shouldn't be his, that he kind of fell short, and overall that championship title should be mine. Then we have them two having a stare down, and then they engage in a brawl, and then after the brawl, Taylor Ashley is attacked by Kenneth Mayer, so they start, doing one attacks after another, kind of, punching each other, one attack after another, but then Kenneth Mayer takes over and attacks him, and then he cuts a promo. He's like, hey, I'm coming for you, whether you like it or not. So both gained 0.2 from it, 88% to end the show. And we have a 77%, so we still get $250,000 at the end of it, and also one towards any region and one towards us as well. And we gain 0.5 in popularity. So that is ended. We'll see kind of 754 out of 1,000. And 7,916 when it comes to that. And we will simulate to the next event. We got email, Bobby Nichols. We're going to reject it because you are working with somebody else. We have another email. We're kind of rejecting because everybody has their specific storyline of what is being portrayed and not trying to interfere with that. Henry Cardosa, at least 15 match. That we can accept, because he is in a tag team match. So literally the next event is either this event or next event. I have to change it to a 15-minute match, which is fine. That can be done. So we'll see if... I think he's only in an angle this event. So that will have to be for the next event. We're going to start the show right away. And we are starting off with Ryder Woods. Ryder Wood against Xavier Trevino. These two battled before the main event of Title Clash, where Ryder Wood's tag team partner right now is injured for a long while. And so his thing was, hey, I can beat you guys one-on-one. And it's ended up that he fell short last time, and then he wanted a rematch clause after the event, and he got it done. He made to look like a threat, and it helped him, and who knows, maybe they will have it where he beats both of them at once. So to speak, but he did his part. He beat both of them one-on-one, and it looked like a threat. He gained 0.2 from it, and strung for breath at the end of it, but the intimidating presence of Xavier added to it. He was strung for breath. Ryder Wood did the heavy lifting. He wins. You get a 60% absolute value, half-star match with a 50% match quality, and a 55% final score to start the show. Then Ryder Woods is attacked by both King Burks and Xavier Trevino because they are upset. They are shocked that he was able to do it by himself and didn't think that it was fair that he did it in a way that they thought one of them would beat him. Well, one of them did beat him, but he wanted his rematch, and Xavier and King Ryder Wood came back. So King Burks and Xavier Trevino are not happy about it. So they may talk to Cooper Murphy or whoever is in the head of this stuff, and I may be confused with another show that I do as well, which is WASW, which I think Cooper Murphy's on that one. So this one is a whole different owner and everything else. So they will probably go to the owner and be like, hey, we want him where it's, a 2-on-1 handicap match, and see if he can win off of that. Who knows? Then we have an angle with the tag team of Jada Acosta and Mackenzie Herman did win as faces against the heels. They had an interview by Tamarius Dia about Linnell and Noah. Talking about, we won the titles and everything else. And then Linnell and Noah came in kind of intercepting or, invading the space and cut a promo on the faces of like, hey, we've beat you guys before and we will come for those titles. And they gave a 56% as the final score for the segment. Then we have Liam Bailey and Lashlyn Allen, with Liam Bailey winning the title, and he is a fighting champion. The title was not on the line, but he had a boost, the star power. The crowd enjoyed the special entrance. The vocal crowd were in love with the segment. Liam and Bailey have incredible chemistry as opponents, and it helped the match quality, even though it was a half-star match. But Latchland did the heavy lifting. Liam Bailey gained 0.2, Latchland lost 0.1, 100% with a 81% absolute value, 48% match quality with a half-star match, 65% final score. Liam Bailey did win that match to show off Roderick Riley of he is a fighting champ and he will win, and he does not. Obviously, athletes would like a day off or whatnot, but he's showing he's a fighting champion and he doesn't need, after a stellar match between Roderick Riley and Liam Bailey, that he can go on and fight the next day and still give a good product. But Roderick Riley stares down at Liam Bailey after the match as he was ringside and talks about Liam Bailey and be like, yo, bravo, you're a fighting champion, you're able to win a match and everything else. But they become in a verbal sparring match, and Liam Bailey is kind of like, I get your point. If you really want another title shot at this thing, I'll accept it. And they gave a 94% of a segment for that part. Then we have a Henry Cardoso Naim cutting a promo on Money is the royalty type millionaire gimmick duo and faces that run the place. Duo that won the tag team titles at the title clash. They all gained 0.2, kind of just like, hey, we're now the top dominant team in this division, and we are here to run the tag team division to the ground, and whoever comes up next, we are ready to face. Then we have Megan Myers and Lily Martin versus the Heels. Kind of just putting Megan and Lily together, and wish you could have a section where like one of the people drop out of the tag team match and kind of leave the partner to dry, so to speak, because they are in a feud together. And then the heels, obviously they lost against the tag team champions at title clash, but they come in and win against this duo, so to speak. So Lily Martin lost 0.1, didn't gain or lose anything with the other two, and then Linnell gained 0.2 from it. They had a 64% match quality 2-star match with a 65% final score and 100% with a 67% absolute value. So they were starting for breath for 3 out of the 4 of them. Noah did the heavy lifting, and then the star power of Megan and intimidating presence of Lily added to the match. And down to the next one. Lily Martin cuts a promo on Megan because of the title that went on of them winning, and was going to be like, yo, and also, yo, we lost the match. It's a tag team match. What the heck, Derry? We're supposed to work as a team. Yeah, we may have differences, but now it's frustrating, and going to go after that title. Then we got Flynn Allen here against Aaron Willis. Flynn Allen's been trying to beat off Nathaniel Williamson, as he has the Every Event Championship, and he's been running Flynn Allen to the ground by beating him time and time again. So Flynn Allen has star power added to it. The crowd were in love with it. Didn't feel like anyone had psychology knowledge to put a match this long, causing it to fall as time went by. Flynn Allen gained 0.7 and Aaron Willis lost 0.1. They had a 74% absolute value, 19% match quality with a negative 2.5-star match, and then a 46% final score. And then Nathaniel Williamson, after the match, stares down at Flynn Allen and kind of just does a stare for them both, and then out of nowhere in the crowd, Tamma Murphy just attacks Aaron Willis because he's frustrated because he loses to Aaron Willis all the time, and he is tired of it, but he is happy that he saw he lost this match and was able to capitalize it and attack him after the whole stare down, or during the stare down as well. Then we have Ellie Thompson, who lost the match against Rini Takahashi and is in a match against Kyo Wannabe. The intimidating presence of Ellie added to it. She was strong for breath. Kyo did the heavy lifting, but the DQ hurt the match. Ellie did win the absolute value of 61%, half-star match with 48% match quality, and a 50% final score. Then we have Rini in a video, causing it to be a 59%. And then we have Dallas Jones and Kofi with Lucas Estrada, having an interview with Dallas about his winning and how he wants to take it further. But with Kofi winning it first, now Dallas, it's going to be the best of 3, and whoever wins the next time will be the true champion. We're going to end the show. Ends in a 70%, so we get 500,000, 2 towards our promotion and 2 towards any other region, and we'll end the show, and we'll see. we had 713. So a little bit less than the Rising Stars, but we will add at the end of the month. And I did, for production, change it from a small part-time to a small full-time, and see how much merchandise we can push out. So we will go to November 1st. Courtney Delaney. Was her contract expire? Oh. Impact makes an exclusive offer for Courtney Delaney. Okay. And then sends them for developmental. So she is gone. Okay. Alright. So there goes that plan. Courtney Delaney leaving. Alright. So we will view finances. So we gained a little bit, 700 to 88, but we had a little bit less of ticket sales. Less in staff wages, 500 with marketing, and back office 10,000. So it's a little bit less of negative, which is a good thing. And we go back to 140 from having 5,000 in sponsorships, but go 140 in sponsorship deals. And we'll see what merchandise is selling. So Flynn Allen, Liam Bailey, Roderick Riley. That's causing a good duo, or the duo, and Flynn Allen for rivalry. So Roderick Riley 248. Alright. So we will add our to 16 in our promotion. Didn't it just say 14? Thought it said, it probably rounded up to 14, but we'll do 15 because that's 2, and then we can add 2 to, we'll do, make that a 3, make this a 3. So we'll have 15 here. So it just said 14, but it probably rounded up. Small full-time team, because we're reaching up to the 20 mark pretty soon. It's just a matter of fact of like within 2 events we'll be at 20, and then we have to upgrade to this anyway to surpass 20. So overall, in general, ticket sales were iffy, with 750 for one and then 713 for the other. Usually that doesn't happen. It's the main eventers that get the more than the Rising Stars, but maybe the Rising Stars are showing, what storylines are good for them and bringing a crowd. If they're bringing a crowd too, it's good to have two kind of shows that are willing to show great product and be able to bring in money, and it'll be okay. It'll just be the end of the year bash and then the main eventer show. So they'll just have a PLE in the middle before the main eventers at the end of the year, and continue on from there, and then have Title Clash in September. I'm doing one every quarter of the year, so every 3 months there will be a PLE, so to speak, and I have to think of the other two that I am going to want to name them. So overall in general, oh, we forgot to add $500,000 to our money. So this will just make it easy. Just become an 8. So it will be easy. So, and there we have it. That's the end of the October shows, and hopefully you've appreciated this video, and have a good rest of your day, night, wherever you are, and